Good day, everyone. I want to tell you something today. This is your moment, not tomorrow, not someday, now. You've been waiting, hoping, praying, and dreaming, but I came to remind you that there's no more time to hesitate. It's now or never. Too often we let fear, doubt, and excuses hold us back. We say, I'll start when the time is right. I'll step out when I feel ready. But the truth is, there will never be a perfect time. The stars won't suddenly align and the road won't always be clear. You have to move forward despite the uncertainty. You see, every great success story starts with someone who decided to take action. They didn't wait for approval, permission, or the perfect conditions. They stepped out in faith, believing that what was in them was greater than what was against them. Some of you have been sitting on dreams for years. You've had a vision, a passion, a goal burning inside you, but you keep saying, one day, I will. But friend, one day is today. The opportunities in front of you are not guaranteed forever. The door that is open now may not be open next year. The idea, the inspiration, the passion you feel today is God's way of telling you, move now. Step forward. This is your time. What's holding you back? Is it fear, insecurity, the opinions of others? Let me tell you, you are stronger than you think. What God put in you is enough. You don't have to have all the answers. You just need to take the first step. So don't let another year pass you by wishing you had started. Don't let fear rob you of your destiny. The clock is ticking and your future is waiting. Rise up, step out, and walk boldly into the life you were meant to live. Because my friend, it's now or never. When we think about making a change, chasing a dream, or stepping into something new, we often tell ourselves, I'll do it later. We convince ourselves that we have more time, that we can start tomorrow, next month, or next year. But the truth is, time is not guaranteed. Every moment that passes is a moment we can never get back. Opportunities come and go, and if we keep postponing, we might miss the very thing we were meant to do. The problem with waiting is that it creates a cycle. The more we delay, the easier it becomes to keep putting things off. Before we know it, weeks turn into months, and months turn into years. We look back and wonder why we never started, why we never took that leap of faith, why we allowed hesitation to hold us captive. But hesitation is just fear in disguise. It whispers that we're not ready, that we need more time, more resources, more preparation. In reality, what we need is courage. The courage to step out, even when we don't have all the answers. Think about the people who have accomplished great things. They didn't wait for perfect conditions. They didn't wait until they had every skill mastered. They started where they were with what they had. The difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck is action. Bold, decisive action. Not next week, not someday, but today. There is power in making a decision and moving forward. When we take action, we set things in motion. Doors begin to open, opportunities arise, and things start aligning in ways we never expected. But none of that happens if we stay on the sidelines, just thinking about what could be. This is the moment. Not tomorrow, not next year, now. If you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. If you've been looking for the right time, this is it. Step forward, take the leap, and trust that everything you need will come as you move. Fear and doubt are two of the biggest barriers to success. They whisper lies, telling you that you're not good enough, that you're not ready, that you might fail. They create imaginary roadblocks, making you believe that the risk is too great, that the challenge is too big, that stepping out is too dangerous. But the truth is, fear and doubt are only as powerful as you allow them to be. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, every life-changing decision requires pushing past fear. If you let fear dictate your choices, you'll always stay in the same place, stuck in the cycle of hesitation. You'll watch opportunities pass by, doors close, and moments slip away. Not because you weren't capable, but because you didn't take the step. Doubt tries to convince you that you're not ready, that you need more time, more skills, more approval. But nobody ever feels 100% ready when they start something new. Growth happens after you take the leap, not before. The most successful people in the world had moments of doubt, but they didn't let those thoughts stop them. They moved forward despite the uncertainty, trusting that they would figure things out along the way. Fear and doubt will always try to speak, but you don't have to listen. You have a choice. You can let them control your actions, or you can move forward in faith. You can let them hold you back, or you can push through and step into the life you were meant to live. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision to move forward despite it. You are stronger than you think, and everything you need is already within you. So don't let fear steal your future. Don't let doubt keep you from your destiny. The only way to silence them is to take action. Move forward, take the step, and trust that you are capable of far more than you ever imagined. One of the biggest traps that keeps people stuck is waiting for the perfect moment. We tell ourselves, I'll start when I have more money. I'll step out when I have more experience. I'll pursue my dream when life settles down. But the truth is, perfect conditions will never come. There will always be challenges, distractions, and uncertainties. If you're waiting for everything to be just right, you'll be waiting forever. Look at the people who have accomplished great things. They didn't wait for all the pieces to fall into place. They started when they had little. They moved forward despite obstacles. They took action when things were messy, uncertain, and imperfect, because they understood that progress is more important than perfection. When you step out, things will start aligning, doors will open, people will come into your life, and opportunities will arise. But only after you take action. Success doesn't happen in a place of waiting. It happens in a place of movement. If you've been holding back, thinking, I'll start when the time is right, this is your wake-up call. The time is right now. If you take the first step, even if it's small, momentum will build. You'll gain confidence, resources will come, and the path will become clearer. But none of that will happen if you keep waiting. Don't let the illusion of perfect timing rob you of your future. Take the step, even if you don't have it all figured out. Trust that as you move, everything you need will come. Your destiny is waiting, but you have to go after it. Success doesn't happen by accident. It doesn't come to those who sit on the sidelines, waiting, wishing, and hoping. It comes to those who take action. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, every life-changing moment begins with a single step. Not hesitation, not overthinking, but action. Too often, people delay their dreams because they're afraid to start. They tell themselves, what if I fail? What if I'm not ready? What if things don't go as planned? But hesitation is the enemy of progress. Every time you hesitate, you're allowing fear to win. You're giving doubt more power than it deserves. Think about the people who have accomplished incredible things. The entrepreneurs who built businesses, the athletes who became champions, the leaders who changed the world. They all had a moment where they could have hesitated, but instead they acted. They stepped out in faith. They moved forward when they didn't have all the answers. They understood that waiting for certainty would only keep them stuck. Action is the difference maker. You don't have to know every step of the journey. You just need to take the first one. Once you do, momentum builds, confidence grows, doors open. But none of that happens if you stay in the place of hesitation. If you want to achieve something great, start now. Don't wait for the fear to disappear. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Just move. Take action. Even if it's small, even if it's imperfect, even if you're unsure, just start. Because every great success isn't born from hesitation. It's born from bold, decisive action. The dreams inside you are placed there for a reason. They are not random thoughts or fleeting desires. They are part of your purpose, your calling, your destiny. And yet too many people spend their lives waiting for the right time, waiting for more resources, waiting until they feel ready. But the longer you wait, the more distant those dreams become. You were not meant to live a life of regrets. You were not created to sit on the sidelines, watching others chase their goals while you tell yourself, maybe someday. The problem with someday is that it often turns into never. Life moves fast, and if you're not intentional, you'll wake up years from now wondering, what if I had just gone for it? Your dreams are too important to be put on hold. There is a reason that idea won't leave you, why that passion keeps stirring inside of you. It's because you were meant to bring it to life. No one else can do what you were born to do in the way that only you can. Will there be challenges? Yes. Will there be uncertainty? Absolutely. But don't let fear convince you that waiting is the answer. You don't need to have everything figured out before you start. You just need to take the first step. The path will unfold as you move forward. Stop putting your dreams on the back burner. Stop waiting for permission to live the life you were meant to live. The time is now. The world is waiting. And your dreams are far too important to be left behind. Opportunities are like open doors. Sometimes they stay open for a while, but other times they close quicker than we expect. Too often, people assume that if they don't act now, they'll get another chance later. But life doesn't always work that way. Some opportunities come once. If you don't move, they're gone. How many times have you looked back and thought, I should have taken that chance? Maybe it was a job offer, a business idea, a relationship, or a moment where you felt deep inside that you needed to act, but you hesitated. And when you finally decided to move, the opportunity had passed. The position was filled, the connection was lost, or the moment simply faded away. We don't get to control how long an opportunity stays, but we do control whether or not we take it. The people who accomplish great things aren't necessarily the most talented or the most prepared. They are the ones who recognize an opportunity and act on it before it's too late. They don't wait for certainty. They seize the moment, trusting that they'll figure things out along the way. If something is stirring inside you, if you see an open door, a chance to step into something bigger, don't let fear talk you out of it. Don't let doubt convince you to sit back and wait. Step forward now, because that opportunity you see today might not be there tomorrow. You may not get a second chance. You may not have another moment like this. So don't wait, don't hesitate, seize it while you can. Many people hold back from pursuing their dreams because they feel like they're not ready. They believe they need more time, more knowledge, more resources, or more connections before they can step out. But let me remind you today, God has already equipped you with everything you need to succeed. You weren't created to live in lack, to struggle through life feeling unworthy or unprepared. You were designed with purpose, packed with potential, and given every tool necessary to fulfill your destiny. When God created you, He placed inside you the gifts, the talents, and the ability to overcome any challenge that comes your way. You may not see it all yet, but everything you need is already within you, waiting to be activated by faith. Too often, we disqualify ourselves. We look at what we lack instead of what we have. We compare ourselves to others and think, I don't have their skills. I don't have their confidence. I don't have their experience. But God never asked you to be like someone else. He created you uniquely with a specific plan in mind. You don't need to have what someone else has. You just need to use what God has already placed in you. Think about David when he faced Goliath. He didn't have the armor of a soldier, the training of a warrior, or the weapons of an army. But what did he have? A sling and a few stones. And with those, he defeated a giant. Why? Because he trusted that what he had was enough. He didn't focus on what he lacked. He stepped out in faith with what was already in his hands. The same is true for you. You may feel like you're missing something, but God doesn't make mistakes. He didn't call you to something without giving you the ability to accomplish it. If you have a dream, if there's something stirring inside you, that's because you already have what it takes. You don't need to wait for everything to be perfect. You don't need to have all the answers before you start. You just need to take the step, believing that God will supply what you need as you move forward. Doors will open as you walk in obedience. People will come into your life at the right time. The skills you need will develop along the way. But none of this happens if you stay where you are, doubting yourself, questioning whether you have enough. The truth is, you are already enough. God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. He uses ordinary people to do extraordinary things. So stop waiting for permission. Stop talking yourself out of what you know you're meant to do. Step into your calling with confidence, because everything you need to succeed has already been placed inside of you. Now it's time to use it. One of the greatest obstacles to living the life you were meant to live is the fear of what others will think. How many dreams have been buried? How many ideas have been abandoned? How many opportunities have been missed? Not because they weren't possible, but because someone was afraid of judgment, criticism, or rejection. If you constantly live for the approval of others, you will never step into your true calling. The truth is, not everyone will understand your vision. Not everyone will support your dreams. Some people will question your decisions, criticize your efforts, and doubt your ability. But you cannot let their opinions define your destiny. Think about it. If every great leader, every successful entrepreneur, every innovator had waited for full approval before they started, nothing great would have ever been accomplished. The people who make an impact in this world are the ones who dare to move forward despite the opposition. They don't waste their energy trying to convince everyone to agree with them. They don't let the fear of judgment paralyze them. They understand that if they listen to the voices of doubt, they will never take action. Some of the people who doubt you today will be the same ones who celebrate you later. They may not see the vision now, but that's okay. It wasn't given to them, it was given to you. God didn't place your dream in their heart, He placed it in yours. He didn't give them the passion, the talent, or the calling that He gave you. So why would you let their opinions dictate your path? People will always have something to say. Some will cheer you on and others will try to pull you down. But at the end of the day, it's your life. You are the one who will live with the consequences of your choices. You are the one who will either step into your purpose or look back with regret, wishing you hadn't allowed fear to control you. You cannot live your life based on the expectations of others. Some will say you're dreaming too big. Others will say you're not qualified. Some will question why you're taking a risk. But remember this, people's opinions are just that, opinions. They do not determine your potential. They do not control your destiny. If you let their words hold you back, you will never know what you're truly capable of. If you allow fear of rejection to stop you, you will never experience the joy of stepping into what you were created to do. So today, make the decision to break free. Free from the need for validation. Free from the pressure to please everyone. Free from the voices that tell you that you can't, because you can. You are capable. You are strong. You are called for more. Don't let the opinions of others keep you from your destiny. Live boldly, walk confidently, and pursue your purpose without hesitation. The world needs what you have to offer, and the only approval you truly need is from the one who created you. Step out, take the risk, and never look back. Too often, people think they need to make giant leaps to see success. They believe that if they don't have everything figured out, if they don't have the full plan in place, if they don't see immediate results, then their efforts don't count. But the truth is, big breakthroughs don't happen overnight. They come from small, consistent steps of faith. Faith is not about having all the answers. It's about taking the next step, even when you don't know where the path leads. It's about trusting that if you move forward, even in uncertainty, God will provide what you need along the way. Many people wait for the perfect conditions before they start, thinking, when I have more time, more resources, more confidence, then I'll take action. But that's not how faith works. Faith says, I may not see the whole picture, but I trust that if I step out, the way will be made clear. Think about the great stories of success, both in life and in the Bible. Moses didn't have a clear plan when he led the Israelites out of Egypt. He just followed God's command one step at a time. David didn't start out as a king. He started as a shepherd boy, faithfully tending his sheep. Joseph's dreams didn't come true instantly. He went through years of trials, but he remained faithful in small things. And in the end, he rose to a position of greatness. The same principle applies to your life. Whatever you're believing for, whatever dream is in your heart, whatever breakthrough you need, it won't come all at once. It will come as you take one step and then another and then another. Each step of faith builds momentum. Each act of obedience opens new doors. Each small decision to trust God, even when it doesn't make sense, sets you up for something greater. You may not see the results right away. You may feel like nothing is changing, but every time you take a step forward, every time you show up, every time you push past doubt, every time you choose faith over fear, you are moving closer to your breakthrough. Sometimes the step of faith is as simple as applying for that job, making that phone call, starting that business, forgiving that person, or speaking up when you feel led to. It may seem small, but small steps lead to big moments. You don't have to figure it all out at once. Just take the next step. Don't let fear keep you frozen. Don't wait until you have everything lined up perfectly. If you wait for all the details to be worked out before you move, you'll stay stuck forever. Take the step. Make the move. Trust that God will meet you there. Your breakthrough is coming, but it starts with action. One step today, one step tomorrow, one step at a time. Before you know it, you'll look back and realize that those small steps of faith have led you to something greater than you ever imagined. Your big breakthrough is on the other side of your small steps. So start walking. Deep inside you, there is greatness. You weren't created to live an average, mediocre life. You weren't placed on this earth to simply exist, go through the motions, and settle for less than you were meant for. You were born for something bigger. You were born for greatness. But here's the key. You have to embrace it. It's not enough to just hope for a better life, to wish that things would change, or to wait for the right time. You have to believe that greatness is already inside you and step into it now. Too many people live beneath their potential. They let fear, doubt, and insecurity talk them out of their destiny. They listen to the voices that say, "Oh, you're not good enough. You don't have what it takes. That dream is too big for you." But those are lies. If you weren't meant for something greater, you wouldn't have the vision. If you weren't equipped for more, you wouldn't feel the calling in your heart. The fact that you have a dream means that it is possible. Greatness doesn't come from waiting on the sideline. It doesn't happen by accident. It comes from bold action, fearless faith, and a decision to rise above excuses. If you want to live the life you were created for, you have to stop waiting for permission. Stop putting it off. Stop second-guessing yourself. Stop letting fear dictate your choices. Some people think, one day I'll step into my calling. One day I'll pursue my dreams. But the truth is, one day never comes unless you make a decision today. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes. Opportunities pass, doors close, life moves forward with or without you. If you want to step into greatness, the time to do it is now. Maybe you've made mistakes. Maybe you've failed before. Maybe people have told you that you'll never make it, but none of that changes what's inside you. Your past doesn't define your future. Your mistakes don't cancel out your calling. Your failures don't erase your potential. You were still born for greatness. And as long as you are breathing, it is not too late to step into it. But here's the challenge. You have to stop waiting for everything to be perfect. You have to stop waiting for the fear to disappear. The people who step into greatness aren't the ones who had everything figured out. They are the ones who move forward anyway. They took action before they felt ready. They refused to let obstacles stop them. They kept going when others quit. That's what separates those who succeed from those who only dream. You already have everything you need inside you. The talent, the strength, the wisdom, the resilience. It's all there. Now it's time to activate it. It's time to silence the doubts, push past the fear, and start living at the level you were created for. No more waiting, no more excuses, no more playing small. You were born for greatness. Embrace it now. The world is waiting for what only you can bring. It's time to rise up and walk in the fullness of who you were created to be. So now the choice is yours. You can keep waiting, keep hesitating, keep letting fear and doubt hold you back, or you can rise up, take action, and step into the greatness that has been inside you all along. No more delays, no more excuses. The time is now. Don't wait for someone else to give you permission. God has already equipped you. Don't wait for perfect conditions. You already have what it takes. Don't let the opinions of others stop you. Your calling is bigger than their approval. Today is the day you break free from limitations. Today is the day you stop playing small. Today is the day you say, I refuse to let another moment pass me by. I am stepping into my destiny now. You were born for greatness. You were created for more. The world is waiting for what only you can bring. So go out there, take bold steps, walk in confidence, and never look back.